Hey, Mom talked to me today. She said she's really struggling with how you and Sierra have been acting. You're living with them, you know? Can't you at least try to be a little more considerate?
Huh? Look at you acting all high and mighty. Listen, we're doing them a favor by living there. We're keeping an eye on the old man and the old lady, so we don't owe them anything. They should be grateful, not complaining.
Stop talking about Mom and Dad like that. And seriously, you really think you're helping? You dump all the housework on them, don't contribute a dime to the household, and you let them cover all the living expenses while you and Sierra do nothing.
Well, duh, it's their house, right? That means it's their responsibility to handle that stuff. It's not my problem.
Unbelievable. You forced your way into living there in the first place. The moment you got married, instead of getting your own place, you just moved straight back in. If you have such a problem with the way things are, why don't you just leave?
Are you kidding? Why the hell would I do that? Right now, I get to keep all my income for myself, I don't have to do any chores, and I still get a place to stay and food on the table. Only an idiot would throw away a setup like this.
And meanwhile, Mom and Dad are the ones paying for it. They're the ones dealing with all the extra work, all the stress. You two don't even try to make things easier for them. You stay up all night making noise without a care in the world. What happens if they get sick from all this? What if something happens to them? How are you going to take responsibility then?
Oh, wow. Little Miss Creepy Ghost Girl is gonna lecture me? Don't make me laugh. You didn't say a damn thing when you were living at home, but the second you get married and move out, suddenly you're acting all high and mighty. You should just stick to being invisible like you always were, hiding in a corner with your weirdo husband.
Wow, still the same old jerk, huh? You're married now, but you still act like some teenage punk. At what point are you actually going to grow up? You think you can keep treating people like this forever? One day, when you really need help, you're gonna find out that no one's left who actually gives a damn about you.
Ha! You really don't get it. Unlike you, I've got friends. Plenty of them. I don't need your fake concern.
Right. Well, if that's how you feel, then go ahead. Keep using people. Keep acting like this. Just don't come crying to me when it all comes back to bite.
Look at you, you pathetic introvert. Didn't think you had it in you to actually buy a new house. I always thought you and your creepy, occult-loving husband were just a couple of weirdos. But I guess he must be making decent money, huh?
What do you want? We just finished moving, and I really don't have time for whatever this is right now.
Oh, yeah, right. Moving's a pain, huh? Must have been exhausting. Anyway, our stuff should be getting delivered soon, so go ahead and take care of it for us, will ya?
Wait, your stuff? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, so you know how our parents' house is getting kind of old? It's embarrassing to even have people over at this point. Ciara and I have been talking about moving out for a while now.
Okay, and what does that have to do with my house? Why aren't you just sending your stuff to your new place?
Are you dumb? I did send it to the new place.
What? What the hell are you even saying?
I'm saying that starting tonight, Ciara and I will be living there too. No complaints, right?
Are you serious? This isn't some kind of joke?
Nah, I'm dead serious. Ciara and I will be there tonight, so make sure everything's set up by then. Don't slack off, all right?
I can't believe this. Why the hell would I ever let you two live here? This house isn't even just mine. Mom and Dad helped with.
Oh, what? You're gonna start whining about the old man and the old lady again? Like I care?
Forget it. Fine. If you really want to live here, go ahead.
Huh? Oh, didn't think you'd cave so fast. I was expecting way more of a fight from you.
What's the point? You were just gonna force your way in anyway, right? You already know the address, and it'd be stupid to sell the house just to get away from you. Besides, well, if you really think you can live here, be my guest.
Don't know what you're playing at, but whatever. Anyway, we'll be taking 3 rooms. One for me, one for Ciara, and our bedroom. That cool with you?
Oh, absolutely. The entire second floor is empty, so feel free to make yourselves at home.
Nice. Then that's settled. And don't come crying to me later about how it's your house or whatever. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, don't worry, I won't complain. In fact, I love the idea of having people upstairs. It means my husband and I will be able to sleep so much more peacefully at night.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. You're okay? Patrick and Ciara said they were moving in with you. I just wanted to check in. I'm fine, Mom. Really? I mean, yeah, it was completely out of nowhere, and it's definitely not what I wanted, but I can handle it. I still feel terrible about it. Patrick's selfishness has caused you so much trouble over the years, and now, even after you've built your own life, he's barging in again. I should have done more to stop him. Mom, this isn't your fault. You shouldn't be the one apologizing. Besides, it's Patrick we're talking about. When has he not been a pain in the ass? Honestly, I think I've just been dealing with him for so long that I don't even get surprised anymore. It's just Patrick being Patrick. Even so, just because you're used to it doesn't mean you have to put up with it. Listen to me, Serena. If things get too overwhelming, if you ever feel like you can't take it anymore, promise me you'll call, me or your father. We might not be the strongest or the smartest, but we will be there for you when it matters. I know, and I promise, if it gets to that point, I won't hesitate to ask for help. But what about you and Dad? Ever since Patrick moved in with you, you haven't been able to get a full night's sleep, have you? Well, he kept inviting his friends over and making noise at all hours of the night. Your father and I just learned to sleep through it as best we could. But last night, with Patrick and Ciara gone, it was the first time in months that I actually slept all the way through. I had a feeling that was the case. Mom, you and Dad aren't as young as you used to be. You need to take better care of yourselves. Oh, now you're the one lecturing me about getting enough sleep. That's rich, coming from the girl who used to stay up all night watching horror movies. That was years ago, okay? I've matured. Oh, really? Because if I remember correctly, Max has the same interests as you, so don't tell me you don't stay up watching movies together. Okay, well, maybe sometimes. Sometimes? Fine, every night. I knew it. All right, you got me. But at least now I have someone to watch with me, so I don't have to be a weirdo watching them alone. That's true. You really do seem happy with him. I was worried for a long time, you know. Back in school, you kept so much to yourself I was afraid you'd never find your place in the world. Honestly, I thought that too for a while. School was hard. It wasn't just that people thought my interests were weird, it was the way they looked at me, like I was some kind of freak. There were days I woke up and just dreaded going. I remember those days. You'd sit at the breakfast table completely silent, barely touching your food. I could tell something was wrong, but no matter how much I asked, you wouldn't say anything. Because what was I supposed to say? That I felt completely alone? That I thought something was wrong with me? I didn't even know how to put it into words back then. And yet, you found your way through it. Because of you and Dad. You never told me to change, never made me feel like I had to be someone else just to fit in. Instead, you told me, if school isn't where you belong, then look somewhere else, and I did. I went online, found other people who shared my interests, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't alone anymore. That's how you met Max, isn't it? Yep. So yeah, if I'm happy now, it's because of you and Dad. And that's exactly why I can't let Patrick get away with this. He needs to learn that he can't just walk all over people without consequences. Serena, I understand how you feel, but just promise me you won't do anything too reckless. Patrick has a temper. Once he gets angry, he's impossible to reason with. I know exactly what I'm dealing with. That's why I've already thought everything through. Trust me, Mom. I've got this. All right, I'll trust you. Good. Now just stick to the plan, okay? Patrick and Sierra threw off our schedule, but we can't let that stop us. Just make sure everything is ready on your end.
Home, pick up some beer. Sierra wants some too, so get enough for both of us. Oh, and you're covering the cost.
You do realize I'm not your personal errand girl, right? If you two want beer, you can go buy it yourselves.
Don't talk back, ghost girl. You're my little sister. What I say goes. That's just how it is.
What kind of twisted logic is that? Whatever. More importantly, are you sleeping okay at night?
The hell kind of question is that? I sleep just fine. Why?
Are you sure? No weird noises in the middle of the night? Nobody whispering your name when you're alone?
The hell is wrong with you? I swear, don't drag me into your creepy-ass horror obsession. You think I'd fall for that crap? Grow up!
Jeez, relax. I was just curious. If nothing's happening, then that's all that matters.
Whatever. Just don't bring that kind of talk up around Sierra. She's terrified of ghosts. If she hears any of your weirdo nonsense, she won't shut up about it.
Oh, so she's the superstitious type, huh? Good to know.
I'm serious, Serena. I don't want to deal with her freaking out over some made-up bullshit.
Fine, I'll be careful.
Actually, while we're at it, cut it out with those freaky horror movie marathons you and your husband do. Sierra says she can hear them and it freaks her out.
You're joking, right? You're trying to police what movies I watch in my own house now?
We live here too. You should have some damn consideration. Or do you think it's okay to make my wife uncomfortable in her own home?
Oh, so now you care about making people uncomfortable? Funny, because last weekend you brought over a dozen of your rowdy friends and kept us up all night.
Second floor's mine. What I do there is my business.
Ah, I see. So when you make noise, it's fine, but when I do something in my space, suddenly it's a problem?
Glad you're catching on.
Right. Makes total sense.
Anyway, I'm dead serious. Quit the creepy movie nights. If you do it again, I will kick you both out.
Wow, so scary. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
You better. Now hurry up and get that beer. And don't even think about coming back empty-handed. You know what'll happen. I didn't have time to say it this morning, but you seriously don't listen, do you?
Huh? What are you talking about now?
The damn horror movie night! You blasted the volume so loud last night it echoed all the way to our room! Sierra freaked out, and guess who had to deal with her panicking first thing in the morning?
Oh, so that's why she came to our bedroom last night. She peeked in, realized we were asleep, and turned pale as a ghost.
What? What the hell are you talking about? You guys were watching something. Don't even try to deny it.
Patrick, Max and I went to bed early last night. And we haven't watched any horror movies since you complained about it. If anything, we were the ones who got dragged into this mess. Because you refused to wake up. I had to be the one calming Sierra down.
Bullshit! Then what the hell did Sierra hear last night?
Huh. Well, no point hiding it anymore, huh? Guess it's about time you knew the truth.
The hell are you talking about?
This house actually has a bit of a history.
Yeah, right. It's a new build. What kind of history could it possibly have?
Ah, see? That's where you're wrong. The house is new, sure, but the land isn't. A long time ago, there was this big old mansion here. The daughter of the family who owned it fell for the wrong guy. A real sleazebag who used her, bled her dry, and left her family in ruins. Drowning in debt, they had no way out, and in the end, the entire family...
Oh, give me a break. This some plot from one of your dumb horror flicks?
It's real, no matter how many times they tear down houses and build new ones here. Strange things keep happening. The family didn't just disappear, you know. They stayed. The land itself is cursed.
What a load of crap. Ghosts, curses, none of that shit is real.
Well, believe what you want, but funny thing. From what I heard, you kind of remind people of that sleazebag who ruined the family, so maybe you should watch your back.
Yeah, okay. Keep trying to scare me, Serena. If ghosts do exist, I'd love to meet one.
Oh, I know, and that is exactly why I'd be worried if I were you. You're just the type they like to let. Depends. You okay?
Hell no, I'm not okay. What the hell was that thing? I wake up and there it is right by my pillow. That creepy porcelain face just staring at me.
Yeah, Sierra was really freaking out. I mean, when she woke up screaming, I thought someone had broken in.
It's not funny, and it's not just a damn doll. Every single night, like clockwork, I hear it. A woman laughing right on the other side of the wall. It's been happening for days, and neither of us can get a decent night's sleep.
Yeah, I can tell. You both look terrible, which means this might be getting worse.
Worse? Worse how?
Well, when Max and I lived here alone, it wasn't this bad. Sure, we'd hear voices sometimes, but that was about it. Nothing physical. But then there's today. You saw it, right? The handprints on your bedroom door.
Don't remind me.
I think you need to take this seriously. The red smudges on the handle? That means something was trying to get in.
Get in into what exactly?
That I can't say for sure, but whatever it is, I doubt it's anything good.
No. Nope, this is insane. Why the hell is it just happening to us? We live in the same house. It should be messing with all of us.
Oh, I told you already. It's because you look like him.
Like who?
The man who ruined her life, the one who used her, destroyed her family, left them with nothing, and now she wants revenge.
You've gotta be kidding me. I'm being haunted because of some random guy I've never even met?
Hey, ghosts don't care if it's fair. They just want someone to pay. But hey, on the bright side, since they're focused on you, Max and I are totally safe. We've been sleeping great, so thanks for that.
No, I can't do this. If I stay in this house any longer, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Me and Ciara, we're leaving. We'll go back to my parents' place. You and Max can deal with this nightmare on your own.
Aw, you're really leaving? That's a shame. Now Max and I have zero reason to worry.
You planned this, didn't you? That's why you didn't put up a fight when we said we were moving in. You knew this would happen.
Whoops, caught me. Well, now that you're going, you better hurry. Otherwise, next time, it won't be the house that's haunted.
The hell does that mean?
It means she might not let you leave. Not Well, hello to you too. What's with the sudden call? Something wrong?
Something wrong? You tell me! Why the hell is our family home up for sale?
Oh, that? Honestly, I don't see why you're so surprised. You and Sierra moved out, and with just me and your father here, the house is way too big. So we figured, why not sell it?
You figured? Do you have any idea what you've done? We left Serena's house because we couldn't stay there, and now we come back home and you're telling me it's not even ours anymore? Where the hell are we supposed to live now?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Maybe you should go crawling back to Serena and ask her to take you in again.
Like hell I will! I'd rather sleep on the streets than step foot in that house again!
Funny, considering you forced your way in there in the first place, and now you have the nerve to act like it's her fault?
You don't get it. You weren't there. That house, it's cursed. It's not just some creepy old place. It's haunted.
Haunted?
I'm serious. That place is wrong. We were hearing things, seeing things. If we'd stayed any longer, I don't know what would have happened to us.
So, let me get this straight. The great Patrick, who always acts so tough, who never listens to anyone, ran away because he was scared of some ghosts. That's precious.
Say whatever the hell you want. That's not the issue right now. The issue is the house. Why the hell would you sell it without telling me?
Because it was your father's house, not yours, and as his wife, I have every right to do what I want with it.
Then where are you living now? If the house is gone, where the hell are you staying?
Oh, we're with some relatives for now. Just a temporary arrangement.
Then let us stay there too. We've got nowhere else to go.
Oh, I would, dear, but your father and I are actually moving soon.
Moving? Where?
To Serena's place, of course.
You're kidding.
Not at all. That house is far too big for just the two of them. In fact, from the very beginning, that house was meant for us to live in together. The only reason we didn't move in sooner was because you and Sierra are still there. But now that you've so kindly removed yourselves, well, there's nothing stopping us.
You're telling me you're gonna willingly live in that cursed house?
That's right. Unlike some people, I don't run away from a good opportunity.
You're insane.
Oh, but don't worry. If you're really that desperate, I'd be happy to ask Serena for a favor. Maybe she'll let you and Sierra move back in with us, if you're ready to face whatever's waiting for you in that house.
Get any more? Mom, please help me.
A month goes by without a word, and then you contact me with this? You're staying at Sierra's parents' place, right? What are you asking me to help with?
We're not there anymore.
What? What do you mean?
We were kicked out recently.
Kicked out? What happened?
Ciara's parents said that living with us was making it impossible for them to sleep, so now Ciara and I are renting an apartment.
So, you're still making her family do everything for you? On top of that, causing a ruckus at night. I can't blame them for kicking you out.
Anyway, that's how it ended with Ciara's parents. Please, can we live with you again?
What? Why would that be the solution? You have your own place now, don't you? Why do you think you'd come back here?
But Mom, remember? Ciara and I started living with you right after we got married. Neither of us have ever lived on our own before, so we couldn't handle cooking, cleaning, anything.
Are you asking me to become your maid again? Absolutely not!
That's not the point. The problem is neither Ciara nor I can be alone.
What do you mean?
At night, when it's just the two of us, we can't stop thinking about everything that happened at Serena's house. It feels like we hear voices. I wake up and expect to see a doll at the foot of my bed or a red handprint on the front door.
So now you're scared of all that stuff you mocked Serena for? You're too late to be worried about it now.
Please, don't turn me away. I'll apologize for everything. All of it.
Your dad, Serena, and I have all been through enough because of you. Just because you're family doesn't mean you can keep pushing us to the limit.
I know, and I'm truly sorry for everything. I won't burden you again.
Trust doesn't come easily, Patrick. You don't earn it with one apology. It's not something cheap or quick.
Please, Mom, Ciara and I are at our breaking point.
I've been at my breaking point for a long time. I've been tolerating everything from you, and now you're asking me to just forgive you?
Please, we don't know where else to go.
Then don't come to me anymore. If you really want to change, stay away. I've had enough. I heard from Mom. It's been tough, huh?
Yeah, and?
Huh? What's with the sudden serious tone? Doesn't quite fit you, you know?
We got kicked out of Ciara's parents' place. Now it's just the two of us stuck in this nightmare with these supernatural occurrences. We've gone to people for help, tried everything, but now no one even takes us seriously. Ciara and I, we're the crazy ones. Everyone thinks we're losing our minds.
So you're just realizing that now? That you've pushed people away because of your fears?
Yeah, and that's when it hit me. We've never built any real trust with anyone. We've lived our lives relying on Mom and Dad, never having to face the consequences of our actions. I used to mock you, mock the way you lived, thinking I had everything under control. But now, I can't pretend anymore. We never had true friends, not like you did.
And now you want me to just forgive everything? After all the damage that's been done? You think that's so easy.
I know it sounds selfish. I know it's asking a lot. But right now, Ciara and I are completely lost. We don't know what to do next. Please, I'm begging you, talk to Mom and Dad. Convince them to let us live with them again. We can't keep going like this.
No, even if I did talk to them, it wouldn't work. They've been through so much with you both. They won't go through it again. They've been on the receiving end of your selfishness for far too long to just open up their doors again.
Then help us, Serena. You've always known about this occult stuff. You've studied it, right? You know what we're dealing with here. Tell us what to do. Tell us how to fix this.
There's nothing to fix. You two are just letting your imaginations run wild. This is all just fear. Nothing supernatural is happening. It's all in your heads.
So what? Time will just make us forget about it? We'll stop being afraid eventually and everything will be fine?
It's not that simple, Patrick. Fear isn't something that just goes away. It doesn't just vanish with time.
But if it's all just in our heads, why can't we get past it? Why is it still haunting us?
Did you hear about Mom and Dad living with us now?
Yeah, Mom mentioned it.
Well, here's the thing. They're staying in the same room you and Ciara used to stay in, the second floor. And you know what? They haven't heard anything. Not a single sound. No ghost, no voice, nothing.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
I'm saying that the ghost, the one from the house, isn't haunting us. It's still with you and Ciara. It followed you, and that's why you're still hearing things, still seeing things. The fact that you're still scared even now is proof of that.
No way. So what you're saying is that this fear, this feeling, it's not just in our heads? It's real? That thing, whatever it is still following us?
You already know that, don't you? Deep down, you've always known. It's instinct. You can feel it, sense it. There's something still with you, something you can't escape from.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do? How do we get rid of it? How do we stop living in fear every day?
I don't know, Patrick. I really don't. But I guess it's kind of fitting, isn't it? You've been acting like this, taking over spaces, forcing your way into situations that weren't yours, just like that ghost did. Maybe, in the end, you two deserve each other.
That's not funny, Serena. It's not. How are we supposed to live like this forever? What's the point if we can't escape it?
I'm not saying it's funny. I'm saying it's ironic. You've pushed everyone away, treated people like pawns in your game. Now you're stuck, dealing with the very thing you mocked. And you know what? Maybe this is your punishment. Maybe this is the price.
Punishment? For what? I don't deserve this. Ciara and I just want a chance to move forward. We want to live without this terror hanging over us.
I get it, but you can't just expect things to change because you ask for it. You've hurt people, taken advantage of them, and now you're facing the consequences. Sometimes the only way to truly move forward is to face what you've done. Maybe that's the hardest. Time when she tried to rely on me and came close to visiting our house, but in the end, it was only the evil spirit of her daughter that followed Patrick. In other words, the parents of the evil spirit family still remained attached to our home. When I explained this, she never came near us again after that. I couldn't help but laugh at the situation. Patrick and Sierra are still living in fear of the evil spirits. They can't sleep at night and are enduring those sleepless days, too terrified to even find any rest. It's not an exaggeration to say that their nights have turned into endless struggles. By the way, the story about our land being cursed or haunted is nothing more than pure nonsense. That's completely fabricated. I had never heard such a tale before. Nor have I ever experienced any kind of supernatural phenomenon myself. The idea that our home had any kind of dark history attached to it is simply not true. It's a complete fabrication, something that no one should take seriously. The reality is much simpler, and I think far more humorous in hindsight. It wasn't about curses or vengeful spirits. It was just a clever plan that Max and I devised in order to teach a lesson to my brother-in-law and his wife. We wanted to show them that their actions had consequences, to remind them of the value of respect and responsibility. So we played a little game, using their own fear and insecurities against them. In truth, Max and I had no intention of letting the situation get out of hand. Our goal was never to cause any harm, but rather to push them into a position where they had to reflect on their choices. We wanted to make them realize how much their behavior had been affecting those around them. The strategy we came up with worked surprisingly well, and the results were almost immediate. It was like flipping a switch. I remember the first time I saw her face after she had received the news about the evil spirits. There was a certain look in her eyes, a mixture of fear and disbelief, which made it impossible for me to hold back my laughter. It wasn't that I was cruel, but the sheer absurdity of the situation was so overwhelming. The idea that they were afraid of something as ridiculous as a haunted house was beyond me. I had to wonder if they even believed it themselves, or if it was just a way to avoid facing the reality of their actions. Patrick and Sierra, as you can imagine, took it all very seriously. The more they heard, the more terrified they became. It was almost as if they had started to believe that they were trapped in some kind of horror story, a situation they couldn't escape. Every night was filled with dread, unable to sleep, constantly looking over their shoulders as though the walls themselves were closing in on them. And as for Max and me, we watched all of this unfold with a certain sense of satisfaction. We knew we weren't actually causing any harm, but the fact that our plan was so effective was something we couldn't ignore. There was no malicious intent behind it, only a desire to teach them a lesson. Still, The outcome was more dramatic than we had anticipated. The most amusing part was the way Sierra started acting after she heard the first stories. She became even more paranoid, convinced that something was watching her at all times. At one point, she even refused to sleep in her own bed, opting instead to sleep on the couch in the living room, hoping that it would somehow offer her protection. It was as if she thought that the spirits would spare her if she avoided the comfort of her own room. But despite the fear and anxiety that Patrick and Sierra felt, the rest of us remained unaffected. Max and I, along with my parents who lived with us, continued on with our lives as usual. Nothing strange happened in our home, no strange noises or creepy feelings. Life was peaceful, and the days went by without incident. It was almost as if the whole thing had been nothing more than a strange dream. Looking back on it, I have to admit that I felt a little guilty, not because we had done anything wrong, but because I realized just how powerful the mind can be. The idea of an evil spirit haunting our home was so absurd, yet it had affected them deeply. They had allowed themselves to be swept up in their own fears, creating a situation that, in hindsight, was entirely avoidable. But that was the nature of it, wasn't it? Fear is a powerful emotion. It can make people see things that aren't there and believe in things that aren't true. And once someone's mind is set on a particular idea, it's almost impossible to shake them free of it. That's something I've learned through this whole ordeal, how dangerous it is to let fear control your thoughts and actions. It blinds you to the truth and keeps you trapped in a cycle of anxiety and confusion. As for the whole story about our land being cursed, I can't stress enough how ridiculous it was. Our home is no more haunted than any other house, and I've never experienced anything that could be considered a supernatural event. The idea that there's some kind of dark history attached to the land is pure fiction. It's just a convenient excuse for people who need an explanation for their own discomfort or fear. Max and I never intended for things to get as dramatic as they did, but we did want to show Patrick and Sierra that they couldn't just ignore their responsibilities. They had to take responsibility for their actions, both toward us and toward their own lives. It wasn't just about showing them that they couldn't keep pushing people around without consequences. It was also about teaching them that sometimes the things they fear the most are just figments of their imagination. I'm still amazed at how easily they bought into the whole story. It's not that they were gullible or naive, they were just looking for an explanation, and once they found one, no matter how absurd, they held on to it for dear life. It made me realize how deeply people can be influenced by their own fears and how important it is to confront them rather than let them control you. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Did I hear that once again you failed another one of your interviews? I'm starting to see a trend here that's going to lead to you becoming a nobody. You really are a useless woman. But I guess you never chose to move on to college or anything higher than high school. So we all knew from the start that you weren't going to be getting anywhere.
I'm sorry that I never went anywhere after high school, but it's not because of that I'm having such a hard time right now finding a company that's willing to hire me. I just happen to want to go down a different path than other women, and that's why it'll be more difficult for me to find work that I want. I feel that if I don't get the kind of work that I want, then I'll never be able to take that kind of work seriously.
Huh? What are you rambling on about? I know that it's due to you never making it out with a college degree that nobody wants to hire you. We are a family of elite bankers, and we're all getting pretty close to kicking you out of the family for your repeated failures. I've already talked a lot of this over with Mom, but could you possibly stop coming back home to us now?
What? What are you talking about, Joyce?
We are already planning to take all your things that are still in this house and throwing them away for you. So don't even bother coming back here. Go out into the world and take care of yourself, you trash.
Wait, but asking me to do that out of left field is way too soon, right? I do want to get out of the house just as much as all of you want me to, but saying that you're already going to be throwing my things out and kicking me out so soon is too fast.
We're not going to be throwing away your things, though.
Huh?
After all your failed attempts to become someone more than just a loser in this family, you and all your things are like garbage. And garbage has to be thrown out. So we'll make sure that the trash gets taken out right away. Therefore, you are now on your own with no family left to support you. Goodbye now, you filthy mess.
I've always felt that all of you have been terrible for people I call family, but I never expected you all to take things this far. Kicking me out of the house just like that, it's crazy.
And don't even bother trying to come back to us ever again. But even if you do still feel as though you'll find a way back into the family, know that we'll have the lock changed and you'll never be able to come back into the house. Ha! I'll even make sure to let all of our neighbors know that you're not welcome here anymore and to call the police if they ever see you around our house. Consider this your one and only warning. Ha!
You're going even further with all this now? When are you guys going to stop with this nonsense? Don't you guys even feel a bit of sadness that you're doing this to your own family right now? I have dealt with you all this whole time, even with all the hate you throw my way. But I guess this is where I should draw the line because I seriously never thought a day like this would come so soon.
Well, this is all because of you, right? We are a family of highly praised bankers. Yet you never bothered trying to make anything of yourself. You never gave it your all in education, and you never tried when it came to finding a job. So there's no other choice than this. You couldn't even do the one thing that this family is known for, and that's being good with money.
But I never wanted to be a banker or have anything to do with money. I had tried working for a bank when I graduated high school, but it wasn't for me, and I chose to go down a different path than all of you did. But because of that, you and the rest of the family call me a failure, even though I have been doing just fine following my dream.
Say whatever the heck you'd like. We've all decided to have you kicked out of this house. So don't try coming back, or you'll only make life worse for yourself. Now, goodbye forever, you pile of garbage. Ha! And I'm never going to even think of you as my sister from now on.
Wait, Joyce, are you actually wanting to go through with all of this? Can you guys at least give me my things to take with me? Throwing all of those things away is not okay, please.
I'm beyond surprised. I never actually thought today would be the day that I'd be seeing you again after all these years, especially at a place like here.
I'm just as surprised as you are about this. But what really shocked me was the way you began to freak out when you saw me and screamed to have me thrown out at once, which, of course, people followed through with.
Where did you end up hearing that I'd be having my wedding today? I bet after hearing about me finding a man of my own, you became jealous and wanted to find your way into here. Well, I never wanted to see you again after we kicked you out of the family a long time ago. You pile of garbage, ha ha ha.
So even after 12 years have gone by, you're still going to call me a pile of garbage? I was sure that you would have changed after such a long time of having never seen me, but I was wrong.
Oh, why did you come here today? Even Mom is upset after having to see you again after so long. And she wants to know just as much as I do why you came all the way here to see us. I seriously do not ever remember sending you any sort of invitation to my special day, so why have you made your way in here uninvited? Did you think you could make up with us again?
That was never my reason for coming today. And I never knew that this was going to be your wedding either.
Really? I can tell that you're lying to me right now. If you never knew that today was going to be the day of your sister's wedding, then why did you come here all dressed up like you were trying to impress us and get back into the family? I'm sorry, but clothing like that is still not going to meet our family's standards.
I'm very well aware that both you and Mom are never going to let go of all the hate you have for me. But unlike the future you saw me having, I have not become a failure, and if anything, I've come out on top. And having to hear from you today that you wanted me to leave your wedding without even giving me the chance to retort, you've confirmed to me that both you and Mom are hopeless.
Oh, come on now, Alice. We know better than to let you talk to us after how much you'd fallen. Tell me, have you actually come out on top of us after all these years? Are you working for the banks now as a banker yourself?
I'm not a banker.
Well, then that confirms to all of us that you are a failure and will never climb out of that pit you dug yourself into. Ha! So, now, tell me why you had to come back into our lives like that on my biggest day. Could this all have something to do with you losing all your money and wanting us to hand some over to you? We all told you long ago that we have no use for someone who never graduated with a college degree and who never became a banker like the rest of us. And I never remember sending any failures an invitation to my wedding today.
So you have no clue about me then?
Huh? What else is there to know about you?
I did not come to this wedding today to celebrate you or ask for your money. I'm here at this wedding today because the groom of the wedding today, your husband, is one of my employees. I came as his CEO to show support for him on his special day.
Huh? You're his CEO. Why are you starting to spew complete nonsense at me now like that?
As far as I'm aware, the man you are having this wedding with today, Ethan, is working for me within my company. But I never once thought that the woman he'd be getting married to today would be my long-lost sister from so long ago. Well, I understand everything now and can begin to see how all of this happened. He did tell me a little while back that he'd be getting married to someone who works for the bank.
Why are you calling him Ethan like you know him? There's no way him and you are close enough to where you actually know him that well. Tell me the real reason as to why you know the name of my husband.
And I've been explaining to you the reason why for the past couple of minutes now. But for some reason, you're not willing to accept anything I've told you thus far, huh? Well, I don't ask that you understand everything I'm explaining to you, but please know that this is all the truth.
Wait, then you actually are his CEO? You're actually telling me that you are my husband's boss?
You could call me his boss, but I'm the CEO of the company he works for. And there's a few people between him and I when it comes to who his bosses really are. I can see now why all of you guys were in such a panic today when you saw me. I bet you never actually thought that the woman you called a failure so long ago and kicked out of the house with all her things would turn into someone who has their own company and has hired your husband.
I bet you're nothing in reality. There is no way in hell you've actually become a CEO after we kicked you out. Well, at least I thought there was no way in hell. Are you really a CEO now?
I really am. You're being a jerk right now acting like that about me, Joyce. I'll have to talk with Ethan about all of this soon so that he has better understanding of what all he's gotten into.
Huh? What do you plan to tell him about?
Well, I had planned to come to his wedding today as he wanted me to introduce myself as his CEO to his family and friends. But you've gone and kicked me out of there before I even had a chance to explain things. I have once again been kicked out by both my mom and sister after they both started yelling at me and calling me a pile of garbage and a failure. So I have no desire to come back to your guys' wedding now. I'll have to tell Ethan about this so that he's aware I'll no longer be around to introduce myself to anyone.
Aw, crap. He did tell me that today everyone would get to meet his CEO, but I never assumed they'd be you. When he showed me the name of his CEO, she had the same first name as you, but the last name was different.
It's been over a decade now since we last talked. It wouldn't be crazy for me to have gotten married in that time frame and changed my last name, right?
You got married. In other words, you're saying that you got married to someone before I did?
It's been a little over 5 years now since I had my wedding. And it was 10 years ago that I started my little company. And within the past decade, it's grown exponentially to where I now have a few offices outside the city. Ethan has been working for me for a very long time now, at least 7 years, I believe. And he's even on track to being promoted into a far better position after his wedding.
Hey, Alice, I'm not sure if what all you're saying is 100% true or not, but can you promise me that you won't say anything necessary to Ethan about this today?
What about this would be necessary to him?
I don't want him thinking that the whole reason his CEO couldn't come today to introduce herself to everyone was because of me. Go and tell him that you couldn't make it to the wedding because you feel sick or something like that, okay? I don't even believe you when you say you're his CEO, but this is all just to be on the safe side of things. So, if you really are, then do as I've asked, and I promise not to get any more upset with you. You understand what I'm asking from you, right?
What kind of person do you think I am? You're asking me to do all that for you, even though you've always looked down on me and hurt me in multiple ways? Funny how much the tables turn when you realize that I'm not the one in a deep hole that I can't get out of, but rather, you are. Let me just say this. No matter how hard you try to talk me out of telling him, it's too late. I bet when your husband, Ethan, hears about all of this, he's going to explode on you.
Why would he end up being that upset with me? Stop talking to me about my husband like you know him better than me.
Did you know that he never graduated with a college degree either? And that the only reason he has a job right now is because I gave him a chance back then? He's just like me in a way, coming from a past where nobody respected him, and now he's going to learn that you never respected me for that same reason.
What? Ethan never graduated from college? Oh.
It's crazy to think that after how much you bullied me for never graduating from a college, you managed to find someone to make your husband who was in the same boat as me.
Well, who cares if he graduated with a degree or not after high school? He's still very young and has a lot of time ahead of him to make lots of money with that brain of his. I know for a fact that he'll never have to worry about finding work in his life because he has the perfect job right now.
But the one that gave him that perfect job happened to be me, the person you bullied long ago for not having a degree. Well, I did manage to go to technical school after that, so you could say I am certified in the work I do. I happen to have the brains and ability, though, where I can succeed in life just like everyone else, without having a degree in anything. I wonder what Ethan will think, though, when he finds out that you bullied someone like him so much and kicked her out of your own family for never going to college.
Wait, stop that. I told you not to tell him anything unnecessary. He'll start to think that I'm some sort of monster for thinking and acting like that.
Sorry. I just told him about all of that.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Seems that, by the way, he's responded to me. He's in disbelief about you right now.
No freaking way, Alice. We are supposed to start the wedding really soon here, and now my man is getting pissed off. And he's telling me right now that he never thought of me as being such a disgraceful human. I'm in a panic right now, Alice.
Well, you starting to panic about all of this isn't going to change the fact that you screwed up. And I think Ethan has the right to know the real kind of woman you are before he gets any further with you in this wedding. If you were going to make it any further with your antics today without him noticing, then his reaction would only be worse than it is now come the time he realizes the real you. I know this must hurt a lot to have happened now, but I think it'd be best if you gave up now.
What do you mean you think it's best for me to give up now? What the hell do you think I should be giving up on? Hold on, this is not good. It looks like Ethan is asking for this whole wedding to be canceled now.
I knew something like that would happen. But I have to say, I agree with what he's thinking. I know that you're both already married now, but I'm sure that he doesn't want things to go any further with you now that he's heard everything. Next, he'll probably be asking for a divorce.
Huh? Why are you thinking that the worst outcomes are going to happen to us? I do not want him to leave me. I'd finally found myself a man that has a good job and can bring in all the money I need. But now I have to live with the news that he's been working for you this whole time. What the hell is up with all of that?
As far as I'm aware, you're the only one that should be considered the mess-up in all of this.
But you're the one that should have never been able to become the CEO of any company. How the hell have you pulled off such a lie that you were able to get even my husband to believe you?
I told you that none of this is a lie, Joyce. You heard everything from Ethan himself now, right? So you should understand that everything I've said is the truth. I am the CEO of the company he works for, and I always will be, whether you want to believe that fact to be true or not. And that's why at this moment, Ethan is very upset with you. His idea of the person you are was wrong. Someone like you that acts like a bully and thinks that those who never graduated from college are trash don't deserve to become happy. Now you and Mom get lost and fix your ways of thinking.
Even if you do tell us to leave and change, this was the day that I had been dreaming of having for so long now. I was about to have a really good man as my husband. But now you're saying that things with him won't work out? Are you telling me that he no longer loves me?
It's not about whether he loves you or not anymore, but that he's been blown away by the monster he's learned you are. I'm sure anyone would be acting the way he is now after learning the person they love is a disgraceful woman.
But seeing that he trusts you more than he trusts me, don't tell me that you've been planning on something like this happening for the past 12 years now.
What about this would I have planned for?
You knew that he was going to marry me, and that's why you decided to employ him. Also that you could get your revenge on me, right?
There's no way that'd be the case. How selfish can you be, Joyce? Seriously. I told you already that he's been working for me in this for a very long time now. So would you stop trying to make things about this worse by selfishly changing the story to make you the victim?
So then this is all just happening by coincidence only.
We live in a pretty small world. I didn't believe that I'd be running back into you ever again either, after you all kicked me out of the house. But I'm sure that after today, you and I really will never have to run into one another again.
I just want us to go back to cutting ties with one another. But if I do that now and leave all of this mess as it is, then Ethan's going to end up leaving me as well. This is all your freaking fault! I'm supposed to be your big sister, right? So you can do something to save me from losing my husband and my wedding. Do something about this right now. Hurry up!
There's nothing I can do nor want to do to help you. Everything that happens from now on regarding your marriage to Ethan has no relation to me. All I did today was tell Ethan about the person you are and about how your actions have affected me in the past as well as today. But he's the only one that can choose what to do with all of that information, not me. I'm sorry that you never learned to give up on treating me like garbage after 12 years, but this is what happens to rotten people. But maybe now that everything is affecting you personally, you'll start to learn from all of this and change for the better. Now, good luck with that and everything else that's going to ruin your life.
Wait, please, Alice. Please get Ethan to understand me and continue with the wedding. You're his CEO after all, so he'll have to listen to you, right?
Well, if he's going to listen to me, then I'll ask him to cancel this wedding and get as far away from you as possible. Having to be married with you for the rest of his life would be the worst thing to ever happen to him, and I don't want that.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Now, can you stop replying to me about all of this? You're being a pain in my butt. Goodbye forever now, you pile of garbage. Must really burn to be a failure in a family filled with elite bankers. Maybe you can go bring Mom along with you as you go burn in hell. In the end, Alice went and told pretty much everything to Ethan about his wife and how she views people that never went to college. And because of that new information to him, he ended up canceling the wedding and getting a divorce from Joyce. Ethan has always been very thankful of everything Alice had given him with the job, and so his love for Joyce died within seconds of hearing the truth. And as for Joyce and her mother, the family learned about what they'd done to Alice by kicking her out of the wedding and were just as pissed at them as Ethan was. Joyce would then lose her job within her family's bank and would go on to be the family's new failure.
Were you at home all day long today?
I was. Is that a problem? Why are you asking me this anyway?
When are you gonna get yourself a job? You can't just lie around at home all the time. Don't you feel guilty for the fact that I'm the one paying for all your living expenses?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you should get a job and start earning your own money. You can't just live on my couch forever. I'm getting sick and tired of you wasting your time like this. I thought that if you were gonna spend all your time at home, you'd at least take care of all the housework, but you don't even get that done. What's wrong with you? What are you gonna do if I kick you out of the house? Where would you live?
What the hell are you talking about? I work, you idiot. I've been working from home before we got married. And I'm still doing the same job.
You told me that before, but what does working from home mean anyway? Doesn't that just mean that you're unemployed? Do you think that you're a security guard protecting our house or something?
You're not making any sense to me right now. And no, I don't consider myself to be a security guard. Besides, we don't have anything valuable in our house.
What do you mean by that? I have a lot of things at home that are valuable to me. Don't talk about my house that way. You should be grateful that I'm letting you live with me. I commute to work every day, which means that you're using up all the electricity, gas, and water at home.
I may be using more electricity, gas, and water than you, but how is that relevant?
Don't you think it's unfair that I'm paying the utility costs?
What are you saying? You're being ridiculous.
I mean it when I say that I'll kick you out of here if you don't get a job.
Can you calm down, Sean? You're completely delirious. How are you going to pay the rent if you kick me out of the house? Do you really understand the position you're putting yourself into?
If you move out, I'll have a richer life, because then I wouldn't have to continue paying for all your living expenses. And I won't need to be demotivated by the fact that you're lazing around on my couch. I won't need to put up with all your mood swings either. It'd be great for me. I'd be thrilled if you decided to move out.
Do you hear yourself? You're being totally crazy. Didn't you hear me when I said that I'm employed and that I've been doing the same job for many years now? There are lots of people like me that work from home. I'm a full-time employee, you know. My company gives me the liberty to work from home. I'm also enrolled in social insurance. I mean, you're the one that's financially dependent on me, so how can you act so bossy around me?
What the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense to me either.
I'm not surprised that you don't seem to get it. You only seem to see things the way that you want to see it. You're in complete denial. That's why I take care of the things that you're not good at, and I never complained. I supported you when you said that you're going to quit your job and start your own business. You failed miserably, but I never blamed you for any of it. And now you're just a part-timer.
Don't make it sound like I have a pathetic job. I'm simply a contracted employee who works flexible hours, yeah. And I plan on becoming a full-time employee soon. I'm not gonna let you put me down like this.
I'm not putting you down. I'm simply stating the facts. If you're going to pressure me to work harder, you should do the same. I work longer hours than you, so I don't understand why you seem to think that I need to do all the housework on my own. If you're going to help out around the house more, I might be able to get a better job, and I wouldn't mind commuting to work either. As long as I have a computer, I can get my work done from anywhere.
I don't think we're on the same page here. We want different things in life. I want a divorce.
What the hell, Sean? Where is this coming from?
I said I want a divorce. Didn't you get it the first time around? I don't want to spend any more money on you. I want you to move out of my house. You're not cooperative, and you make me do all the work. I should have married someone more considerate than you.
How could you say such terrible things to me? You have no idea how hard I work to keep you happy.
Do you really believe that? Because I always felt that it was the other way around. I commute to work every day and work really hard, and you stay at home all the time pretending to be someone important when you're not. It's my house, and you should treat me with more respect.
Your name may be on the documents, but that's all.
What's your point? Either way, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm leaving you. If you're willing to work harder, though, I may be able to reconsider my decision. Although I doubt that there's anyone out there that's willing to hire you.
I'd like to say the same thing right back at you.
Shut up, you don't even know what you're talking about! This is the end of our conversation. You know how I feel, so if you want me to not leave you, you better work for it.
Whatever, Sean, you only earn $1,000 a month. Shouldn't you be more worried about me leaving you? If I were you, I wouldn't make stupid threats against me. If you're going to act all self-righteous, I suggest you start earning more. If you apologize to me right now, I'm willing to forgive you. Actually, it'll depend on whether or not your apology is sincere or not.
It's your condescending behavior which really irritates me. I don't want to spend another minute being controlled by an unattractive woman like you. I'd rather leave you and remarry someone younger and more appreciative of me.
I see. So you're cheating on me then. That's why you want to kick me out of the house? That's so like you.
Why do you even care? I know that you don't love me anymore either. Look, I may not be making much money right now, but I was able to get a mortgage on this house when I was employed by my previous company, and if I spend wisely, I'll have no issues paying off my current salary. If you move out, I won't have to pay such a high amount for utility costs. If you're not going to contribute to the household, I want you to pack your things up and move out.
It'll only take a second for you to realize that you're making a big mistake by kicking me out. But I guess you're really sick of me then.
I am. Can't wait for you to move out.
You're so stupid that it makes me laugh. You're the only one that seems to think that I'm some unemployed loser. You clearly don't get it. You never do. And you have the audacity to cheat on me too. You're a clueless fool. Your lover may be young and pretty now, but looks fade. You're such a piece of shit. I can't believe I chose to marry you. I'm such an idiot.
Yes, you are. I'm the one who's saying all the right things here. You're the one that's making up all these lies about us when all you're doing is living off my hard-earned money. Who do you think is putting food on the table, you ungrateful bitch? I don't know why I even married you. It was the biggest mistake of my life.
Okay then, I get it now. You really do want a divorce, so I'll give in.
Really? You do that for me?
And I'll move out tonight after I finish work. Could you spend the night with your lover? I want the house to myself tonight. You won't need to see me anymore.
Why do you keep on pretending that you have a job? You can be honest about being unemployed now that we're getting divorced. But I'm glad that you didn't put up a fight. Well, it was nice knowing you, and good luck with your life.
Good luck to you too. I'm going to move out of the house like you asked me to, but I'm going to ask you to pay alimony for having an affair.
What the hell?
Today is the last time you'll be in touch with me. From the next time, we'll be communicating through my divorce lawyer. A divorce lawyer's not cheap, but I'd rather pay the money if it means that I don't have to deal with you directly. And my lawyer's really good. She's not going to let you get away without paying me any alimony.
Do you really need to involve a lawyer? Can't we settle this amicably? Besides, I don't think that you have the money to hire a lawyer. Shouldn't you use the money to find yourself a new place to live?
You don't have to worry about my finances. Now that I no longer have to aid you financially, I'll be just fine.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'm not going to be giving you any more of my money. Since you own our house, you'll need to start paying the mortgage in full after I move out. But I think you should get a new job because the mortgage payment plus utility costs will exceed your current salary. I guess that's not my problem, though.
I don't understand. What is this about?
You'll understand what I'm talking about after I move out. You wait and see. Goodbye, Sean. My divorce lawyer will be getting in touch with you soon. Say hello to your lover for me.
I got a notice saying that I didn't have enough funds to pay this month's rent. What the hell is going on here?
How is this my concern? It's your house after all. If you had put in enough money into your bank account, you wouldn't have had any problems in paying the rent. Why are you contacting me for something so trivial? I'm sure you could have figured this out on your own.
That is not why I messaged you. Did you steal money from me? It just doesn't make any sense.
Why in the world would I do such a thing? I have plenty of money on my own.
I had no issue paying rent up until now, until the minute that you moved out. There's an issue with my bank balance. Something fishy is going on here. I'm sure of it.
Don't you get it?
Get what?
First of all, I didn't steal any of your money, so you can calm down now. I mean, you don't make that much money. I wouldn't risk everything to steal such a small amount.
Are you saying that I'm not making enough money?
I was putting in $3,500 into your account monthly so that you could pay your mortgage. But now that I moved out, I stopped making those payments to you, so that's why there isn't enough money in your bank account. Do you finally understand how I've been supporting you all these years?
So you're saying that I don't make enough money to pay the mortgage on my own?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You only make $1,000 a month. And I knew that you'd try to blame this all on me again. You never want to take any responsibility for anything. How clueless are you? You need to grow up. I'm not going to take care of you anymore like before. We're divorced, remember? Why would you even think that $1,000 a month was enough money to pay the mortgage? You have no common sense.
I don't spend that much money, so I figured that my salary was enough to pay the mortgage.
I'm the one that paid for our food, and I prepared the meals too. And on top of that, I was paying you $3,500 a month. I was doing more than enough for you. You just never realized or appreciated my help. I mean, who do you think was paying for the car and insurance? You made me do everything, which is why you were completely oblivious to how much we were spending on everything.
I had no idea how much those things were costing us. I'm a little shocked to say the least. What am I supposed to do now? What happens if I can't pay the mortgage?
Why don't you ask your parents for help? You're not my problem anymore, Sean. Your parents are well off. I'm sure they'd be willing to help you out with your money problems.
I can't ask my parents for help. That'd be too embarrassing.
Well, who else are you going to ask? Just be honest with them about your current employment situation and marital status.
There's no way in hell that I'll be able to tell my parents about this. My parents think that I run a successful business. They'd be devastated if they knew that I'd failed and can't even pay my own mortgage.
Well, I think it's about time you told your parents the truth. They deserve to know. And you're the one that put me down all this time when I was the one who was supporting you. This is totally your own fault, and you need to do something about it on your own. Don't come crying to me for help. You seem to think that you were the one taking care of me, but actually it was the other way around. You're a real joke.
How did this happen to me? You barely work. How did you come up with all that money each month?
I'm a systems engineer and I make good money. I can do my job anywhere as long as I have a computer, which is probably why you thought that I was unemployed.
I still don't get it. None of this makes any sense to me.
I suppose. I don't know why I ever married you. It was the biggest mistake in my life. I'm glad that I got out when I did. I'm so over you. Have a nice life without me. I'm sure that you regret not taking better care of me when you had the chance. Well, it's too late now because we're officially divorced now. I'm going now.
Hold on a minute. You're gonna let me suffer by myself? Are you that cruel?
Well, you weren't very nice to me either, remember? And you cheated on me. You don't deserve my pity. Go crying to your beautiful young lover. But I'm sure that when she finds out what a loser you are, she's going to find herself a new lover. That's how young women usually are.
Melanie, I'm so sorry. I realize now how wrong I was. Please, just don't abandon me like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my mortgage payments. I need you.
You're an adult. I'm sure you'll figure it all out. Get a new job which pays you better. I'm so glad that we got divorced. I'm so excited to start my new life without you. Goodbye, loser. Sean tried to get Melanie to forgive him, but Melanie had no intention of helping him anymore. She'd had enough. Sean couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, and he asked his lover to chip in, but she left him after she found out that he was poor. He had no choice but to ask his parents for help, but then they told him to sell the house if he couldn't afford it. They didn't allow him to move back in with them, though, so he was completely on his own. So he ended up being homeless and lived a life of despair. Melanie wanted nothing more to do with Sean and completely cut all ties with him. Melanie continues to work hard and has a very successful career. She's very happy with her decision to divorce Sean and is now living a wonderful life on her own.